Hello YouTube land, this is Jeff with Jeff's Toy Reviews, and today I'm reviewing Transformers Titans Return, Blunderbuss, and Broadside. This is a Voyager class figure, and I'm pretty impressed with him. I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. But before we get all into the figure, the transformations and everything, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. It is your typical Voyager class package. You have Blunderbuss separating or joining himself with Broadside. You have a nice piece of artwork of that same artwork up here, and then a little bit of more of a body shot there. Looks pretty good. And here we have the back of the box. You get a nice shot of Broadside and then Blunderbuss separating and becoming his own little man. And he does transform into an aircraft carrier and to a jet, and Blunderbuss can fit into the cockpit, and he actually can ride on the aircraft carrier. It's just kind of weird. And of course, all Titans Masters can go to Leader class, Voyager class, Deluxe class, or they just sit off by themselves. And he can also fit with Titan class figures. So that's it for the packaging. It is your typical packaging. I hope I'm not going too fast. Just in a good mood. So that's it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and get this guy out here and we can take a look. All right, and we are back, and there is Broadside. Here is Blunderbuss. And here is his gun. So before we get any further, put that right over there. We're not going to need that right now. Before we get any further, he does come with a nice set of instructions that are actually very clear. And pretty good. I mean, it's your typical Autobot instructions. It's gray, white, a little bit of black grayscale, and a little bit of black lines. Not like that matters, with a little bit of red so you know which pieces to move. And, really easy transformations. Nothing really super difficult about it, which is great. Really intuitive, which is even better. And he also does come with his character card, which is a nice piece of artwork for this figure. And then we have his abilities on the back. And there you go. So that's it for the card. And so let's go ahead and take a look at Broadside in his jet mode. When you first see this jet mode, for me, it grew on me. I wasn't really looking forward to this jet mode. And then because I saw a few reviews online and they were just like really not happy with this jet mode. But once I saw it, got it in hand myself and saw what they were doing with it, I get it. It's a space jet type thing. It's pretty cool. It's just different. And I really like the difference of it. It's nothing you're going to see on any other figures, at least right now. I know Tidal Wave is coming out, so they're going to have the exact same transformations, just different color schemes, and that's fine. We'll see what we get with that. And then you can take Blunderbuss and you can sit him right into the cockpit. He fits perfectly. So he's in there. I like the translucent cockpit so you can see that you have a character in there. Also, you can take his rifle, which can fit a Titan Master in here, and you can plug it right there. So you can actually have another Titan Master up there manning the gun while Blunderbuss or a different Titan Master is flying. You have pegs all over for other Titan Masters to stand. So this guy could just be a flying carrier for the Titan Masters. It's unique. I think it's different right now. I like the fact that it is so different. It just says something. I don't know. It gives a little something. I can't put my finger on it, but I do like what I see with this jet. I'm sure a lot of people won't, but I get it and I like it. It's not bad. So to get him into his aircraft carrier mode, you're going to go ahead and pop out the arms. There is a hook tab. You kind of see that. I'll put my finger behind that. You kind of see that, and that just hooks onto this square right here. You're going to bring that out, and you're going to this side too. Bring them out. Going to bring up, fold these, and bring up all the way up. And you're going to bring this one all the way up. And then we are going to go ahead and let me to do that yet. Going to untab the legs. There is a slot right here. See that? And there's a tab here, and that just tabs. That tab just you just line it up, and it fits right in that little groove. like so, and then there you go. And it holds in place fairly well too. So we're going to go ahead and extend the legs, and we're going to turn this guy over for right now. And there is a well, we're not there yet. So we're going to turn this over. We're going to take the legs and we're going to turn them till you have this piece facing up. You're going to bring this piece out and down, and you're going to bring this down. You can tuck this around like so, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other leg, and down and under. Get those out of the way, and you're just going to bring these together, and there's a slot here and a tab here and a slot there, tab there, and those are just going to line up with each other, come right together like so. These are kind of be down at an angle just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, fold back down, and fold this down, kind of like Astro Train and they did with Astro Train and Sentinel Prime, and I believe even Alpha Trion, I think. Yeah, well, can't remember. So, and you're going to take these pieces, you're going to take this whole piece, and you're just going to flip. This is going to, you'll see here, this is all just going to tab right into here. So you just got to bring it in and close it in on there. And then you're going to bring these pieces in. And there's a tab here and a slot there. That slot, that tab, bring this in, line that up. Bring this side over and do the same thing. And then just kind of line everything up. And then you're going to take the arms like so, and you can just bring them under. There's nothing for them. I mean, there's tabs here and everything. Well, actually, there's a tab here, excuse me, and it's going to tab right into the back right of that there. So that's going to help keep everything in place. We're going to do the same thing on this side. It's kind of tight to see, but if you lift up, you can see that that tab, get a good angle, that tab is going to slot right into there, kind of. And where is it? I do apologize, getting too close to the camera there. And there you have that. And then here from the side, you're going to take this piece from the arm, rotate it up, and stand this up. And that gives you your, on the bottom, you're going to pull out these pieces here. You're going to take this and stand that up. We'll take out Blunderbuss, and we're going to put that to the side. And so there is the aircraft carrier. He does come with a neat little accessory, and I haven't cut them off because once you transform him back into robot mode, you're going to have to pop them off anyway. He does come with the aerial bots in these little tiny figurines, and they're really neat looking. I mean, you know, you have Silverbolt and all the others, and they look really neat. And they have these little ports on the bottom, and you can just position them anywhere you want on the aircraft carrier. You can have a couple parked here, one getting ready for takeoff or something, and really neat. I really like the fact that they did that. It's a really nice little accessory, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm not going to cut mine off just because he is going to be in robot mode for me. So to have him, you know, like that just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for me. So here he is with Blunderbuss, and I forgot to do a comparison for the plane, so I will post a picture at the end of him in plane mode with the same figure. I'm going to do a comparison with now. I have a couple different figures that I'm going to do a comparison for when he's in robot mode, but here is Brainstorm, And as you can see, Brainstorm is really huge for this aircraft carrier. He can't land on here. He would sink it. And yeah, so, I mean, it's not to scale, of course. It's a Voyager class. He's deluxe. I mean, you could put him on there, just look really funny. But then you could have your Titans. You have all kinds of little ports again for those planes, or you can post your Titan figures on there, your Titan Masters on there, and can't believe I just did that. There we go. And there he is. He's not a bad looking aircraft carrier at all. If you did want to pose it, just keep him in the aircraft carrier mode. I would definitely recommend taking these pieces off and having your jets all over. I think that's pretty cool. You can also, of course, have the gun attached to the side here. You know, if you want to have an extra side gun, you can have it as a large turret here, or you can put it here. So, you know, you have a couple of options for weapon storage. So, you know, but there he is in his aircraft carrier mode. This piece does also open. You see this little hinge here. This opens. You can collapse that and bring this all the way down. And your Titan Master can actually just kind of, let's see, just get in there, really. I think they have him standing in there for some reason. They have him standing in there, and I thought that was kind of weird. And then I just kind of moved on from it when I was doing the original transformation. Now I'm kind of... Oh, no. It's like... I have him sitting here, which is... doesn't really make a lot of sense, but... Okay. But... For the aircraft carrier, I do like it like this. I think it looks pretty good. And, of course, you have your aerial bots if you want to plug them on there. So, now from here to robot mode. I am going to do a couple comparisons for robot mode here in a minute. So, take that. We're going to take this piece here, go ahead and collapse this and bring this all the way down. Take these two pieces and bring those down, bring this down, and then we're going to turn it back over. And we're going to take this piece and do that. We're going to just get that out of the way. Take this piece here, unhinge, untab this piece, and then that'll untab from both, and then move it out. Not unhinge, I meant untab. We're going to take these two pieces and fold these down. We can separate his legs now, and then bring these pieces back, and then rotate this forward, and bring this wing, you're going to bring this way, and it's supposed to look like that. You can do this, but they block each other, so just do it like that. You're going to fold up the feet, and you do now have his legs. I'm going to raise the camera right now so you get a better look of this guy in his mode here. You're going to take this. I'm going to bring these down for now, just to get a little clearance. Take this. I'm going to push this button here, and that'll push those up. It did like a little release earlier for me, but you know, whatever. And this is just going to create a backpack here. Push that down for now. We're going to collapse those back. Now you can take these and, well, the instructions say bring these down to the side. Okay, and you can leave these as wings out a little bit. Then you'll rotate the arm forward, and you'll get in there, and there's a little tab right here, and you can just pull that, and that'll bring out his fist. And then this side too, you're going to bring the arm forward, little tab, pull fist. Not too shabby. And then you're going to take your Blunderbuss, put him into Broadside's head mode, like so, and then push this button to bring those up. And this is a fig I actually don't mind having these pieces up because they're not huge. They don't like take up the whole entire length of his head, so I think it looks all right. Let me get Brainstorm out of here. Sorry about that. And of course you could take his gun, and you know, for the most part this looks just like a regular gun. It's not one of those weird guns that all the others come with. I wish he had a different gun, a more solid gun. I wish they would do that for the Voyagers instead of having these weird compartment guns or guns that can be piloted by Titan Masters. But you know, it is what it is. So you know, that's that. Let's go ahead and get a look in here on the head sculpt. It is a very nice head sculpt. I think they did a good job with Broadside and Blunderbuss. I really like the paint applications, as I was saying before. Just all the little details are nice. You know, you could see that there's a cockpit as if he was a plane, and then, you know, you see the wing bits a little bit behind the arms. And, you know, if you kind of look at him, you can see, okay, he has a 3 there. You know, what does that mean? And, you know, it's kind of cool. There is no waist swivel. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the articulation. He can go full 360. He can move his arms out to the side that far. He does have just the joint in the elbow. I mean, you can go 90 degrees in the elbow. He does have a bicep swivel and no wrist joint, but his hands can move in and out a little bit as part of transformation. But when it does move in, I mean, it's not hindered. Like, you can still have something posed in his hand posted in his hand for quite some time before you have to remove it. No waist articulation. Oh, his head does go left and right that far if you have these pegs up, these pieces up. But if you collapse them, of course, he can do a full 360. He can still look. He doesn't look up and down very well, but you know, such is the limited articulation of these figures. He does have just a 90-degree bend in the knee. He does have a little bit of a thigh swivel as part of transformation. He can kick all the way out to the side, and he can kick forward, and he can go back just a little bit, so you can get him in a nice running pose. His feet do move down as part of the transformation, but there's no swivel or anything. There's no ankle pivot, and that's fine. I mean, you could still get him in some nice positions, nice poses without those, and I think he looks pretty good. I was actually really surprised, one, to find him on the shelf, and two, when I got home and I transformed him and looked at him a couple of times, I was really surprised on how much I liked this figure. I didn't think I was going to, given the fact that, you know, it's another triple changer, it's just another Voyager, but the mold is different, is really different. It's different from Alpha Trion, it's different from a couple of the other figures that came out, mostly Alpha Trion, but it's also different from even Astro Train and Sentinel Prime. Because, you know, those also became, like, you know, they flattened out, they became trains, and they also became shuttle carriers, and Alpha Trion becomes an aircraft carrier or a stellar jet carrier or something. So, but he's different. He looks really good. He just has his own unique look to him, and I like that a lot. So, for comparison, I do have Laser Prime from the Chaos on Velocitron box set, and, you know, Broadside is a smidgen taller. It looks they're about the same size. Actually, they're good. They complement each other well. Prime does win out because he has the higher shoulder pads, but you know, yeah, they look good together. I like the fact that Broadside has a lot more colors than some of the other figures that we're getting as just Voyager figures, but really like the colors on him. And also, let's go ahead and bring out Power Master Prime. So you get an idea. I'm going to raise this up. So you get an idea of how tall, you know, does come up mid-chest. He's a Voyager, so, you know, it's about right. So let's go ahead and get that off. I am sorry I didn't compare the jet mode. I'll throw a picture on the end with them in jet mode and compared to another figure as well, so you can get the idea. But my thoughts on him, I've already said. I like this guy. I like what they did, what Hasbro did with Broadside. I think he looks really good. I think he came out almost perfect. I can't say he's perfect because there's always flaws in anything. And this is just my opinion, so accept it for what it's worth. I really enjoyed transforming this figure. I like the alt modes. The jet mode for him really had to grow on me, but it's not bad. It's not like it's the worst jet mode ever. It's actually really cool. It's not bad. It's a different jet. It's a different space vehicle, and that's fine. His aircraft carrier is really neat. I do like the inclusion of the little aerial bots. I think that was a really nice touch that Hasbro put together, and really good. And then you just cut these off with little, got to be careful you don't cut the wing tips, but yeah, you just cut those off. So it's really nice, though. It's a nice touch if you really want to do that. And his gun, I'm glad it's a kind of a unique feeling gun. I wish they had a filler or something you can put in here, but other than that, I like the paint. The stickers are still cheap. That's the con on these figures. All these Voyager class figures, even the Optimus Prime, the Laser Prime, G2 Prime, the stickers, they're not great. They're good for what they are, but that other companies like Repro Labels will come out with better stickers eventually that you'll just strip away the others and put those on because they'll wind up being better. But other than that, the stickers and the gun being an issue, I really like this figure. If you see him on the shelf, he's worth the price of admission. He's fantastic. I think he's fantastic. I really enjoyed this figure a lot. And even with the minor pose issues, posing option he does have with like the waist swivel, you don't need the waist swivel on this guy. He really does have good articulation. He's a great figure. His joints are solid. I don't really have a lot of loose. There's no loose things on him, except for his head right now is rocking back and forth. But considering some of the other figures that I've purchased that have really loose joints, that Laser Prime that I picked up, that's just the separate Voyager by himself. His joints were so loose, I had to take him back. I couldn't stand it. So this guy looks good on the shelf. I think he's going to look good on your shelf and in your collection. I think he's a buy. I think he's worth the price. So if you see him, get him. If you get him for cheaper, even better. But yeah, he's definitely worth the pickup. So that's my opinion. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks you so much for all of your support. You can follow me on Instagram at Jeff's Toy Reviews. And please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends. In case someone else is looking for a review on this figure, I hope this helps make up their mind. Hope it helps you with your decisions as well. Thank you so much, and have yourselves a great one.